My take on Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Hello, nerd fighters.
I read Helen's interpretation and I've listened to everybody else's sort of outlook on the movie, and I agree with those things. I agree that the movie is about Hedwig sort of coming to understand her personality and reconciling those things. But I think my interpretation of The Origin of Love is slightly different than everyone else's. I think the song is about sexuality, and that's what the movie is ultimately about. I think that Hedwig was abused as a child and is still struggling with her sexuality, whether she's gay or straight or a male or a female or whatever she is. I think that there's a struggle there, and there's a conflict there for her, and that's part of what makes the movie work for me. I actually can't remember how to pronounce it. The guitarist slash other singer in Hedwig's band, the guy with the bandana, I think that is potentially ambiguously left open to interpretation as to whether it's a guy or a girl. Physically, and sounds like it could be a girl disguising herself as a guy, and part of the movie is about whether we see the front or back of someone and whether we love who they are as a person, i.e. their front, or who we think they are, looking at them from the back. I think that there's a misinterpretation for Hedwig as to who that character is, and at the end when she takes off the wig and she gives the wig to the other character, that there's a reconciliation of who that character is, and that character ultimately embraces that they're female, and that's who they want to be. I feel like the Origin of Love story is the story in the song is about not about finding identity in that Hedwig is both male and female, but in finding sexual identity, in finding that the people of the Earth, Moon, and Sun were two guys, two males joined back to back, two females joined back to back, and a male and a female joined back to back. And I think that when the gods split them in the interpretation of the story, the gods split them, and then you're trying to find your other half. You're trying to find your sexuality. You're trying to find out which group of people you fit in, whether you're an Earth, Moon, or Sun person, whether you're gay, lesbian, or straight. I agree with James as far as time limits are concerned, that I get really bored, not necessarily bored with you guys at all, but just I get so ADD watching videos that I'll end up opening like 3 or 4 different tabs on Firefox and listening to the video and reading something else and like just doing a bunch of other stuff, especially if it's over 5 minutes. So I think that time limits are both good and bad, because I sometimes go over time limit and there's stuff that I want to discuss that takes longer than 5 minutes, but at the same time I get distracted when I'm watching more than 5 minutes. I don't understand why everybody apologized for their impressions of everybody else. I really enjoyed them. I thought Helen's was really spot on and so funny. It doesn't matter that you had socks on your face to represent the beard of power. It was funny. It was good. Mine, by the way, will be up at some point on some random channel. Our punishment for the hair braiding is still in the works. I have to coordinate a time with all the housemates to get together and do that. It's been another one of those kind of busy weeks. We were actually filmed this week for a volunteer recruitment video that they're doing, so that the day that I was going to film the hair thing was the day that they ended up coming and kind of disturbing our life. Here's some footage of that. Mickey, I will answer your question. My most inspirational moment of 2008 was probably my decision to come to Kentucky. It's the most life-changing, at least. I think we've all seen Hedwig and have discussed it on the channel. I'd like to move on to another, it's not a movie, it's really a video. It's called Why Are We Happy, or something like that. The link's over there in the sidebar, of course. I want to discuss that idea. His idea is that happiness is really a choice, and that no matter what we do, the choices we make, and etc., we will ultimately end up happy anyway. It's only like a 20-minute video, so it shouldn't be that hard, and it's available online, so go. Alright, I think that's all I have to talk about. Tag, Helen, you're it. No tag backs.